according to the police, the 5 who were arrested this morning at their respective homes are accused of collusion with a foreign country. The government itself just simply says suspected contravention of the national security law. The operation where 200 officers went to Apple Daily's headquarters is very similar to last August's one, where the group's owner, Jimmy Lai, was arrested and frog marched through the offices at the particular time. He is now serving 20 months for illegal assembly, but he also faces life in prison under the national security law. And there are very wide-ranging reasons for why people might be considered to be in collusion. Police sources, for instance, told local media that reports published in the paper constitute an offence, though the source did not say anything more than that. An example of how wide-ranging it might be, Jimmy Lai, under his national security law prosecution, he has been denied bail, and the reasons cited were of the people he followed on Twitter, who included Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen and also former US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Now, I can see here that an advisor to Jimmy Lai has called this a blatant attack on the editorial team. We're also seeing that stocks in his media company have been frozen this morning. Now, since this security law came in, as you say, a very wide-ranging law, which any opposition figure pretty much can be swept up with. Can you tell us what's happened to freedom of the press in Hong Kong since then?
Well, it has very much deteriorated in recent years, and that particular situation has accelerated in the past 18 months, particularly since the protest of 2019. The government has already taken a much firmer hand with the public broadcaster RTHK, which was previously well known for its editorial independence. It has now installed a non-journalist in charge of it and forced quite a lot of the more outspoken journalists out. There has also been the conviction of Bao Choi, a freelance journalist who made a documentary for RTHK. She was convicted on a very arcane charge of accessing a publicly available motor registry in order to do a documentary on the infamous 21st of July crackdown, where a suspected triad element attacked protesters. A number of pro-Beijing elements have called for Apple Daily to be shut down, including the Communist Party-owned newspaper Ta Kung Pao, and even an awful lot of Apple Daily staff themselves have said that they expect the paper to be shut at some point very soon. Hong Kong has plummeted more or less in Reporters Without Borders World Press Freedom standings. The very first one in 2002, it was number 18, which is fairly high up. Today it stands at 80, and even as recently as 10 years ago, it stood at 34. So these are situations that pretty much all journalists are facing in Hong Kong now, and each one seems like a milestone. And today's crackdown on Apple Daily, and particularly the arrest of the editor-in-chief among the 4 other executives, will be seen as yet another milestone in repression of freedom of press in Hong Kong.
Thank you very much, Oliver Farry.